The article is the logic of why Ethereum Classic will rise to 1,000 in 2021, 8,700 in 2024, and 33,000 in 2029. This is why Ethereum Classic ETC is in a great path. 1. The discovery logic. As ETC is discovered by the market, as seen by growth in all metrics in the last 8 months, then developers will start discovering its use cases. By the evolution of the metrics in the last 8 months, I mean not only price, which went from 4 to 60, and market capitalization that went to from more or less 500 million to between 7 and 8 billion, but also the hash rate, so mining is much higher. Also, more node operators are running ETC nodes. The community is much larger. Before, we always had between 10 and 20 people on social media, etc. Now there's hundreds or thousands of people following. There's groups on Facebook that have thousands of members following ETC there, and Reddit grew enormously. ETC many times is very high in Twitter trends. Then you see another indication of participation of people following ETC is that trading volume on exchanges like Coinbase, Kraken, Binance, OKX, etc. The aggregate trading volume has been in the top 5 for a very long time. That means that there's millions of people, and the trading volume is a lot of money. It's like $5 to $7 billion a day, even more than the market cap of ETC, sometimes $10 billion a day, and that indicates that there's millions of people who are trading ETC and investing in ETC, and that also shows on Etherplan. Etherplan is this website is the most important destination for people reading about Ethereum Classic, and the traffic has gone more than 100% up, more than 100% this year. This year it has more traffic than in the previous 2 years. So all the metrics are showing increased interest in ETC and also increased knowledge in ETC. For example, the narratives that I see, not by the OGs of ETC, but by new people, etc. They already come in and invest in ETC and start talking about it on social media, saying ETC is the original Ethereum chain, which is true. Before, we had to always clarify that. And a lot of people saying ETC is the base layer proof of work smart contracts platform, which is also true. Before, people didn't distinguish, didn't understand, or distinguishing the difference between Ethereum 2.0 and ETC. People are educated, are understanding it. And the other metric is when you go to YouTube, there's many more YouTubers talking about ETC, and some of them are even only dedicating their channels to ETC. There's more Discord servers dedicated to ETC, and this is not only important because there's more participation. It may show that for many that it's just traders, but the reality is that just as traders and speculators provide liquidity to global financial markets, and they are the first and most important point in liquidity for financial markets, those same people that gather on social media and talk about Ethereum Classic and have the correct information and do the research in the right places, etc., are the vectors where the information continues to be distributed globally. When I say globally, also it is very important to note that ETC is much more global, for example, than Ethereum. ETC node operators and miners are in more diverse countries than Ethereum. Ethereum is very concentrated in Europe and North America, and ETC is more spread in Europe, North America, Asia, Latin America, and other places. This is because ETC has this reputation that it is so secure and immutable, and that is something that is extremely valued in other areas of the world, not only in North America and Europe. The diversity of the community also, like I said before, I am Latino, so I am speaking, interacting in Spanish with many more people from Latin America and Spain, sometimes in Portuguese because they are from Portugal or Brazil. There's many more black people also participating. I interact with many more black people, Middle Eastern people, and also Asian people. And when I mentioned black people, it's not only African Americans but also Africans. There's a huge community developing in Africa in Bitcoin. For example, Nigeria is the third largest country in the world that uses Bitcoin for transactions, and there's more evidently the word is also spreading to other secure blockchains like ETC there, because many of the people that I interact with on social media are from Africa. So all these are the metrics that are objective, that indicate ETC's growth. In terms of